All right, hi, this is take number 2. I'm going to do a little demo here of how you geocode street addresses. And this is really important because oftentimes geocoding is not 100% accurate. There's some problems, like a lot of the time if you go to a rural area, it'll say, oh, you're at the address, and it's clearly there's no driveway there or whatever. So here's our little section of town here. We got Main Street up here, Anderson Street here, and then let's see if I can do this. First, Second, and Third Street. And then if you look on Main Street, I've marked the sections of Main Street. So in the first block of Main Street, the street addresses, the numbers run from 100 to 199. And in the second block, it runs from 200 to 299, right? And then the other convention is that there's even on one side of the street and odd on the other side of the street. So if you look here, imagine that you're starting over here, because this is First Street in Maine. That's the sort of center of town, and that's where the numbers start. And you're going from a low number to a high number, okay? And you're walking down that street. On the left-hand side of the street, in your view, would be the odd numbers, and on the right-hand side of the street would be the even numbers, okay? So what the computer does is it just estimates based on those numbers that the distances along that street. And I've drawn this on graph paper to make it easy to estimate. So we have 10 little graph squares, right, in between our block. Okay, so now what I want to do is find out where is 150 Main Street. Okay, so where is 150 Main? I'm gonna write that down. So 150 is even or odd. So which side of the street is it going to be on first? Think about that. And then if you had to split that line between, 100 and 199, what you're doing is splitting it in half, essentially, right? Because 150 would be halfway between 100 and 199. Now, there's a little bit of wiggle room there, right? But you can estimate that 150 is pretty much halfway. Okay, so I'm going to mark it on our map here. So 150 is even, so it's going to be on the right-hand side of the street. And I'm going to go over about 5 little tick marks here and mark on the right-hand side of the street 150. Whoop. See if you can see that. Okay, so that's the basic process. Now, if it gets to be a little bit more complicated, I can do that in my head. Like, okay, I know 150 is kind of in between 100 and 200, right in the middle, right? But let's say that we want to know where is 271 Main Street? Okay, 271, even or odd? Odd, right? So it's going to be on the left-hand side of the street. We know that. And so we're looking at the left-hand numbers. If you look here, so the numbers range from 201 to 299. So what we're going to do is first we're going to think about what's the distance between 271 and 201. So we're going to take 271 and subtract 201, and we will get 70. There we go. Okay. Then we have to think about, okay, what's the total distance all along that block between 201 and 299? Okay. So we're going to take 299 minus 201 equals 98. Okay. And then we're going to get a percentage. We're going to take a percentage between those two numbers. So what percentage of 98 is 70? So we put 70 on the numerator and 98 on the denominator. And we get out of that approximately, I figured this out earlier with a calculator, 71.42%. Okay. So the location along that block of 271 Main is about 71% along the line between 201 and 299. So I'm just going to estimate, because I don't have to be that precise on here, right? I'm going to count 7 little ticks over, starting at 201. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to mark this dot right here, and that is going to be 271 Main Street. See if I can. 271 Main Street. Okay. So that gives you some examples of how to geocode addresses. I hope this is helpful, and message me if you are having further questions.